Davis today. Ryan Day, meantime, he's played 3, won just 1, so important match for him really. If he loses it, then he's going to be struggling tomorrow with 2 matches to play to make the top 4. Paul Collier, the referee, and it's Ryan Day to get us underway. Day was not impressive early on against Matt Selt. He lost 3-1, looked very rusty, but he played a lot better in his second match against Dave Gilbert. Won that one 3-0, but then lost out 3-1 to Anthony McGill. Woollaston, he lost 3-0 to McGill, then beat Rob Milkins 3-2, and it's because he's just beaten Mark Davis 3-1, so he's turned things round throughout the course of the day. But of course it's a league. Comes down to the final table tomorrow, and the top 4 will progress to the playoffs. Good pot from Day. Couple of little kisses. He's on the blue to the right middle. Well, could have done without that little kiss. It's meant he's not on the ready play floor to the left corner. Been a bit of a frustrating day for the Welshman, all things considered, because just as he looked like he was starting to play well in this afternoon's session, and that's just turned against Anthony McGill. He didn't quite put away second frame. Could have led 2-0, and after losing that, McGill got a lot stronger. Day started to make mistakes. And that's why, as I say, although he's only played 3 matches so far, with just 1 point on the board, if that's how it ends in terms of points for him this evening, then he's under pressure tomorrow. If he can win this match, he'll be feeling a lot happier when he returns in the morning. Got Robert Milkins and Mark Davis to play as Ryan Day. Woollaston will have to play Matt Selt and Dave Gilbert. It's a very close group though. No one player is dominating it at the moment. Milkins and Selt just getting going over on table 1. The Reds have opened up, so both players needing to be careful here. Well, that's being careful. Knock it in. Great part from Ryan Day. Seemed to play with a degree of safety in mind. He could play the cue ball towards that side cushion just in case he missed the red. Wasn't really leaving anything easy on. But he is on the blue. Which he's missed. Trying to force round the angles for the Reds, so that's a disappointment. Be a bigger disappointment if Ben Woollaston scores heavily from it. Woollaston from Leicester, which is not too far from Coventry. Of course, home of the world number one, the world and UK champion Mark Selby, who'll be playing in a later group. Woollaston here has been in a ranking final, the Welsh Open 2 years ago. Comes into this tournament, and indeed this new year, 27th in the world rankings. That's worked out nicely, that little cannon. It's on the red to the left middle. Sure, he's delighted to get another match on this table straight after winning the previous one against Mark Davis. Ryan Day's only match on this table was the first one, which he lost 3-1 to Matt Sell. What I mean by that is the first match of the day. Woollaston 31 points to the good here. Break reaches 51. Just slightly overrun that, but it's okay. He's still on the red. Needs red and a pink. That will put him 52 in front with 51 on. It's only one snooker then. Well, a bit clumsy, looking for a thin contact, not that thin, and because he missed it altogether, he's conceded. So Ben Woollaston's 65 did all the damage in that opening frame, and he leads Ryan Day 1-0. Just a reminder, they've both played 3 matches so far. Woollaston's won 2, Ryan Day just 1. So Day, you'd have to say, the man under the more pressure of the 2 coming into this match. And just a reminder, if you are new to Championship League Snooker, the top 4 from the group go into the playoffs tomorrow night. The winner of that will go into the winners group. There's 7 groups. The 7 individual winners play in the winners group later on in the season, towards the end of February, to decide the overall champion. They'll win £10,000 plus all the other money they've won throughout the event, and they get a place in the lucrative Champion of Champions tournament, which is held here at the Ricoh Arena in Coventry, the new home of the Championship League. So, Ben Woollaston one to the good here in this best of 5, the last match of the day here on table 2. Good pot, could have finished better though. And that could have been played better. Well, played that so well. See Ben Woollaston impressed but not exactly delighted to find the cue ball finishing there. Fraught with danger, the shot that Ryan Day played, but played it well. And that's a good return from Ben Woollaston. Very good shot. Cue ball to the baulk cushion. Excellent. Yes, some good safety being played here. It's got to go back. Well, one kiss too many, it would seem. Certainly offered a choice of reds to either corner here for Ryan Day. Well, it's incredible to finish on nothing. When you consider all the reds out in the open, and he's finished there, and you could see how annoyed he was there. Seemed harder not to finish on a red than to finish on one. He's frustrated. More frustrated now that Ben Woollaston's not that in. A great pot from the Leicester man. Woollaston made a 65 break to win the opening frame of the match. Day seemed to be in a strong position in the second frame, but lost his way, and a good long red from Woollaston has given him a chance to possibly go 2-0 up. This could have finished a bit more kindly though. He has broken down. dear me. That was well, a little embarrassing really, if anything, for the Welshman. I suppose the only good news is he hasn't left an easy pot on, but could have done quite conceivably. Cue ball slightly awkward, but he'll take this on for sure. And a good pot. Base problem hasn't really been getting in, it's been staying in. Keeping control of the cue ball. Well, this frame has taken a bit of time to get going, but Ryan Day will go into the lead with this blue. He's got these three reds out in the open before he has to attend to the more awkward reds. Could play to disturb the reds on the top cushion here. Well, he's missed them completely. Leads by 21.
35.
for the delicate shot here, trusting the table. So rather cagey exchange at the moment. Now then, he's pushed a red towards the pocket. Needs some cover with the green. Oh, and he's got it. He's been a bit fortunate. And now Day's got the problem, as Woollaston winces as he sits down. Day's got the problem of that red. He can't afford to leave it near the pocket, or leave a pot at it anyway. Yeah, he's played a good shot to, as I say, not leave the pot on, or not leave that red on anyway. Well, that's moved everything. And he has left a couple of half chances. It's all about one good pot to get in, I would say, here. Now needs some sort of position. He's got himself a chance at 2-0. Yeah, it's not finished great. So just a little snooker, but at least he gets control of the table with 20 the difference. A bit too much of a stretch there, I think, with Ben. Well, this is a poor frame of snooker now. It's so scrappy. The player get anything going at all. 19 in it though. Day the man in front. Dear. Couldn't really finished worse for Day, that. So it's all about this last red, really. Woollaston having a look at it. The blue also a little awkward from his point of view, which he will need, but at the moment he's thinking about that last red. Again, just didn't catch it well, hit the pink, didn't mean to do that. It's just hard work for both of them. Can bring the blue out here, which is going to help him, of course, because he's going to need it. So this last red is a big ball now in this frame. Well, I don't think that cuts to the middle, so he's got away with it, but again, it wasn't an easy pot that he went for, because the white was on the cushion, but you saw his reaction. He was a bit agitated to miss it by the distance he did. Got to go back again, Paul Collier, man in charge. even worse than missing it altogether is leaving the red on. So Day has been in front for most of the frame, but now he's in his seat with Woollaston at the table with a good chance now to make it 2-0 in his favour. 14 behind, but there's nothing safe. Trying to play it to hold for the green, which is just about done. He's going to need the rest though. Which adds a modicum of pressure to the shot. Again, just kept on running, and now there is definite pressure on this brown. This is missable. Sums up the frame. I mean, when he came to the table, he was bang on the red, but he's found trouble from nowhere. Now he's missed the brown.
And Woollaston no.
Good grief. Well, it was a thin one, but not that thin, and Woollaston put straight back in again. Ugh. Both players struggling. Woollaston needs blue and pink to lead 2-0. Dear me. Day needs blue and pink to level at 1 each. 31-minute frame, not a good frame. Well, what's happened here? Not on the pink is the answer. Went for the double with safety in mind. And the pink goes in, and Ryan Day will be delighted to get that frame on the board. It was not pretty at all, but he's won it. That's the main thing for him, and he gets a foothold in the match. It took some winning. You've got to say Woollaston really did have his chance. More than one, in fact, but it's gone to Ryan Day, the Welshman, all square at 1 each. That was a quintessential fall over the line job, I think. Match on the other table is Matt Selt leading 2-0 against Robert Milkins. Very tight group. This is going to probably go down right to the last match tomorrow to decide the placings. So frame 3, good day on that scoreboard, one apiece.
Third frame. 9-8.
Could not have finished any worse that for Ben Woollaston. He's gone in off, a red has come over the green bag. Simple starter for Ryan Day. And it may be that now Day's on the scoreboard, he can settle in a bit and just get his cue arm going and make some breaks. He made 3 good half centuries in the match against Dave Gilbert that he won 3-0, 60, 61, 59 there, so good contributions from Bridge End man, but that last frame was just unbelievably scrappy. Good frames to win though, at least he won it. Still worth 100 quid, same as if he'd have made a century.
14. 15.
Still got a couple of loose reds. 50-0, but running out of loose reds, he's going to have to disturb the cluster at some point to continue. Knew that was in the minute he hit it. Now then, chance to develop something here. Must also pop the blue, of course. It put him 64 in front. He's only a couple of reds away from securing the frame here. Big shot though. Well, he's played into the loose one, but that's not worked out.
60.
Leads by 64, still 83 on. Really nice pot. Called it, if anything, too sweetly. Just kept on running that cue ball. Still needs another red. But first he needs a killer. So, 2 snookers required. Much better frame this from Ryan Day than the last one. It just shows you, even though it was a bad frame, he won it. Gave him a bit of confidence. Woollaston's going to have a look here, but he needs 2 snookers. Otherwise it's 2-1 to Ryan Day. Hold on. Well, with the blue it's now 3 snookers, so it's a tall order for Ben Woollaston.
6. 7. 40.
So he's going to play the snooker in behind the pink.
30.
Always the chance with the red on of a free ball, so worth giving it a go, even though it seems like a tall order. Yeah, he's trying to get the red near the green, which makes it more awkward for Day. Good hit. But that should be that, and indeed Woollaston has conceded, so Ryan Day laboured to the second frame, but has won the third much more comfortably. A 60 break did the early damage, and he leads Ben Woollaston 2-1, just one frame away then from taking the last point of the day here at the Championship League in Coventry. There is of course a match still on table 1. That's Matt Selt 2-1 up on Robert Milkins. We're in the early stages of frame 4. Question is, will we get a decider here? Ryan Day should say, hopes not. He leads 2-1. Well, plenty to do obviously, but an encouraging start to this fourth frame, the one that Day needs to wrap things up. Oh dear, well it was until he missed that. That was out the blue. Didn't see that one coming. Maybe just slightly took his eye off it. day as a deadly long potter. And he's looking just to get in, I guess, one more time. The red's all open though, so works the other way. If Woollaston could get in, good chance for 2-2. Pretty good shot from Woollaston, getting distance between them at least. That red's coming back towards the middle, and I think he can get through to it. So even though he's got a good cue ball, the red has travelled towards the middle pocket. Well, I could have done without that. Unless the black goes over the pocket, although it won't make any difference if you can't see it. Which you can't. It's one of those things. Oh, good shot that. You had to be exact with the weight of the shot. Also put his disappointment to one side at not getting on colour in the first place. Oh, Ben, what have you done? Well, you should have. Well, one's gone in. Sorry, one went in. That's why he was apologising. Just incredible, really, and he's on the black as well. Seems to me Woollaston, really since the first frame when he made a good 65 break, but since then he's just struggled a little bit with the table, just judging the pace. Again here, this is not finished well. Cue ball's gone very close to that side cushion. Some good safety being played here. it suddenly got very cagey. Just a little bit of stalemate here.
Touch him more.
Good pot after that protracted exchange. Ryan knocks in a good red.
Seven.
So Ryan Day has his chance to win.
14.
Leads by 17 at the moment. But reds to go at, black, pink, blue, all on their spots. Didn't want to catch the pink though. It's poor really.
28.
The other match has finished on table 1. Matt Selt beat Robert Milkins 3-1. Question is, are we going to get one more frame here? Seems to me Woollaston has been less effective in the scrappy exchanges, of which there have been plenty. Just has lost his way a bit when it's got a bit drawn out. So, Day's 31 in front as he comes back to the table. It's on the blue. And when the balls go awkward, any lead is good, really. You know, green and brown are tied up, yellow's awkward, a couple of reds near the side cushion on the left-hand side, awkward. So to be in front is good. Very unlikely to see a clearance if he breaks down. Well, he's left this really awkward over the brown. Just taking the points. He's taking 8 points off the table in effect by potting the red. Leads by 44 with 59 on.
Day 30.
Cracking pot, but a horrible table really where the balls are. So much work to do here for Woollaston. Well, he's got them open, but again it's just finished awkward. Bit unlucky really, he's played a positive shot but it's not worked in as much as he's not finished on one. Oh, what a shot. He got him in trouble. It's a tough pot to the middle. Red is away from the pocket. That little flick nearly got him again. Without the flick, he may well have got him behind there. But Day's potted the red. Now then, he needs a reasonable sized colour here. He's 39 in front. Well, he can take the yellow. He'll need another red with the yellow, but that's all he'll need. He's been hard fought. Been quite scrappy, really. Oh, and it's not over yet. So Day is 39 in front with 43 on. He needs one red. Woollaston needs the lot. But the table not quite as awkward as it was maybe about 10 minutes ago. And that's a good shot. Got him in behind the black. Well, the clearance will be asking a lot from here, but he can at least put a bit of pressure on and doesn't have to win it at one visit. Got that good snooker in behind the black, which has initiated this chance. And cue ball just kept on running. Thinking about position, but must remember also to pot the black. So he finds himself 25 behind with 27 on. And that's a good shot. He's given himself every chance now. I guess blue to pink now is looking possibly the key shot. dear. Misses the brown, and that could well be that. Day just needs the brown to lead by 24 with 18 on, so it'd be 2 snookers. He played such a good shot on the yellow, but it's over surely if this goes in. And it only just went in, wobbled before dropping, but it dropped. 2 snookers required, otherwise it's Ryan Day who's winning this match. And it would mean that he would end the day having played 4, won 2, so still very much in the mix tomorrow. A glance at the scoreboard from Woollaston. He's going to give this a go, it would seem. It's a tight group this, nobody has really flown out the pack and dominated the first day. It's going to be close tomorrow, it would seem, when we resume at 11 o'clock. With all 7 players still very much in the mix. Woollaston would also have played 4, 1, 2, lost 2 if he does lose this. Well, he didn't really want that, I guess, but I'd rather that than the blue stays over the hole. One snooker to tie then on the ping. Quite as intended, catching the knuckle. Ryan Day knocks the pink in, and Ryan Day is the winner of this match by 3 frames to 1. He lost the first frame, won that very scrappy second frame, and although Woollaston had a chance to level up and force a decider, it's Ryan Day who wins it, and he wins the last match then of this first day. It's a very close group this, and it's going to take, I think, all the matches tomorrow to sort out who ends up in the playoffs. Everyone's still very much in contention then as we end day 1. So that's it from day 1 of Group 1 of Championship League 2017. 11 o'clock tomorrow, we're back with more.